Howdy friends, it's Frightman and I'm here at Terror Isle Haunted House in Texas City, Texas. We're gonna get a behind the scenes look. Let's go.
cannibal feast.
All right, so you just saw that incredible walkthrough, and I want to know, what was your favorite room and why? So let me know down in the comments what you thought about that walkthrough. Now I'm here with Craig Watt. This is the incredible genius behind Terror Isle and also the owner. So I want to thank you for having us out and letting us do this. Thank you, thank you. So legend has it that Terror Isle has a pirate king that rules this place. And he has a sidekick, and her name is Orla. And we're in Orla's room right now, right? So what can you tell us about Orla's room?
So when we first started, we were doing more of a voodoo angle with the pirate stuff. And we've shifted over to more of a earthy kind of witch type thing. It's almost voodoo. So this used to be our butcher room. We switched it up last year, and now it is the witch Orla. And Orla, basically, her whole job is she reanimates dead bodies and sends them out to go fight and defend the treasure of the Pirate King.
How did you decide that you wanted to open up a haunted house? And secondly, to go with that, what led you to go with this pirate theme?
So I started doing haunted houses when I was like a little kid. I was always obsessed with Halloween, and I used to do them in the garage and all those things. And then around 2000 in this town, actually, I used to live in this town. I used to do little sets in the front yard. And then from the sets in the front yard, it morphed into a garage haunt. And then I moved to Friendswood and built this huge home haunt and did that for years. And then my kids left. They grew up. So then I was sitting around going, what am I going to do? And then, yeah, and my dad passed away about 5 years ago, and I remember him telling me, like, when he was towards the end, he said, I got to do everything I ever wanted to do, and I have no regrets. And I was like, you know, I've always wanted to have a professional haunted house. So I was like, screw it, I'm doing it. So then I decided to do it. I bought this building, and then COVID hit. So it was wild, but we had I had a great group of friends that were all unemployed because of COVID, all these artists, and I brought them in, and we built this crazy place.
So why a pirate theme? Like,
yeah, so with the pirate thing, I try to do everything different, and that's just how I am with my art. So I didn't want to copy all the typical things that you see in the haunts, the clowns, and the insane asylums, and all that stuff. So we're 6 blocks from the water, and pirates literally were here all up and down this coast. Jean Lafitte was the most famous one. He was in Galveston, he was here, and he was further up the road near Kemah. And so I was just like, pirates are perfect, because real pirates, not Disney pirates, they're nasty, they're bloody, they're just awful. They're perfect set for that. So, and there's so many like tropes you can play with pirates, but I got cool things I can play with, cannons and you know, this piratey stuff. And so, but we've taken those pirates and really blended them with some other things like butchers and really just awful, gross people. And it's made some cool, interesting things, and I have not run out of ideas to do with them.
So I noticed as we walked around and we did the tour, there's a lot of green lighting and red lighting. Is that normally what the lighting?
Absolutely not. We had a special show. We do these unique events, these horror game events, and we had a Christmas one. And I haven't been able to come in here and change them.
So it's extremely highly detailed all throughout this haunt. You go through some haunts, there's some haunts that I went through this year, and there was a lot of detail, and then there's a black hallway. As far as I recall, there's no black hallways. This is entire thing.
That's a filler. That's filler because in defense of them, they have these huge places, and they cannot do what I did on that scale because it would be a gazillion dollars. So they'll do a lot of black filler. I have zero filler. I'll never have filler.
So I know a lot of people that watch the walkthrough, I know a lot of those people are going to be saying, where are the actors? Again, we're off season. Would you be open to me coming back during the season and checking it out with actors so that they can see what this place looks like when it's full and alive?
Definitely.
So in the video, when we did the walkthrough, this place had black lights and you saw the fish, and this room just pops. And it's honestly one of my favorites just because I'm an Aquarius and I like the ocean and I like fish and aquariums. So what was your inspiration to build this room?
Okay, so this room used to be our lobby. Like with escape room games, when we ran them, people always like to take pictures at the game and hold their corny signs and all that. So you can't see it on this side, but there's a ship that's here, and the floor looks like a ship. So I closed it in and decided I want to do an underwater scene because we had this intricate coral put in by one of my guys who's amazing. And I was like, I'm gonna make an underwater scene. And here we use black light and use these water lights, and they put this like the wavy water things on the floor. So once that's all fired up, you really feel like you're underwater. And then the black light makes the things pop.
Like when you were doing the build, like on these reef structures, what is this made out of? How did
We're probably the foamiest haunt, at least in Houston. We use a lot of foam. So that's styrofoam, all of that styrofoam. This whole thing is the foam insulation on the side of a house, you know, before they put the bricks up. Yeah. It's a harder, denser foam. And some of it is styrofoam as well. So basically you go in there, you attach it and glue it on with like spray foam insulation onto the mold or whatever you're using, the armature, sometimes people call it. And then we spray it with the hard coating. So I hard coated the mess out of this. I even used concrete, everything, and still people got scared so bad they cracked the thing. I gotta go patch it and repair it. If you put that stuff on, it's like stucco on a house, basically. I use a lot of stucco in here. I don't know how many gallons of stucco I've sprayed in this building.
Yeah, this is another one of those rooms that is tight. Like, so I can see how people could brush up against this and maybe damage some of it or knock a piece off, because as you can see, like, there's the wall, here is your reef structure. So it's another tight room where you're really immersed.
A lot of immersiveness comes from subconscious. And smells in the air, the wind's blowing, there's gravel on the floor, the little details, your subconscious takes it in and it makes it feel more real than, oh, I'm in a haunted house. When you're in here, you're like, I think I'm in a movie. So that's why we do it the way we do it.
Yeah, you know, unfortunately, YouTube does not offer smell-o-vision yet, but that is something when we did the walkthrough, I don't narrate through that walkthrough, it's to music. And that's something that's really good to talk about. So there are different places in this haunt where you walk through and it smells rank. It is bad. And one of those is the butcher shop. So if you remember towards the end of the walkthrough, we went through this butcher shop where there's a guy laying out on the table, basically. That room stinks.
It's one of the worst smells. So we use this company called Froggy's Fog, who basically is the industry standard for fog machines and snow machines and scents. You can get any scent you want, and scents are using haunts, good haunts, because it adds another element to it of immersiveness. So that one's called Slaughterhouse, and it's nasty. Just imagine nothing but like rotten meat and feces.
So when we talked earlier about materials,
yes,
you had told me something about this being made out of a foam. Can I like move it around?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
so on this helmet, it was made by one of my main employees, who's an ultra talented foam carving genius. Like all the side stuff here, the coral, he did all that. He does a lot of, but he does a lot of cosplay stuff like that. So this is EVA foam. That's the foam like on the floor mats that you can get, or you can get rolled up. It's
like an exercise mat.
Yeah, exactly. It's really good material to make costumes, and that's what cosplay people do. And like part of haunted house is bring in other elements from other industries. The cosplay people, those, we do, I mean, you name it, we try to bring it in because it adds different flavors. So he basically, you just take it and you heat shape it and seam it with this special glue, and it is an incredible helmet. And actually, when you put it on, it has a light in it and all that. It was for a Scooby-Doo, if you remember Scooby-Doo stuff. Some people are a little young, but the Scooby-Doo helmet guy, the creature, the sea creature, that was the character. So I put it all together, and yeah, I made this nice diving guy.
You do like interviews on people when they leave your haunt, is that correct?
Yeah, so what we do, try to do an exit interview every year with all the people I possibly can. And that's where you get the interesting facts and things that people like, things that people don't like, things they want to see.
On your exit interview, one of the favorite props was one of your sharks, is that correct?
Oh yeah.
And this is the guy.
Yeah, this is a shark. They call the kids call her Charla. real scary name for a shark, but I'm like, whatever. But this is made by a company called Gore Galore. He's one of the best in the industry. In fact, Terrifier 2, if you watch that movie, if you're a fan of horror, when they're in the haunted house scene, Those props in there, it's from this guy.
Okay, cool.
He makes all those. He makes some fantastic stuff. And this is a zombie shark. And the sound's turned off because we're doing this interview, but normally when the lights are down, there's strobe light going off, the sound's blasting, and you come out of the butcher shop here, and then this guy comes out, and then I'll trigger it for you.
All right. Charlotte is big.
like the hood of a car.
Look at this. That is a big shark. All right, so we are now inside of this ship, which I consider to be the centerpiece of this haunt. Would you say that's true?
It's really cool. I mean, you feel like you're in a ship.
And when we did the walkthrough, if you recall, you can see where I actually walked up to the ship, and then we came in and we met. This is the Pirate King, right?
This is actually Captain Randall. So Pirate King is actually a live actor. So Captain Randall and the ship, usually when you come to Terror Isle, you have to take the ship to get to the island. So you get onboarded into the ship, and there's a show that happens here before you get tossed into the haunted house. And Captain Randall and his first mate Curly, who's over on the side, they're animatronics that actually talk. They're sound triggered. His eyes are a little weak. People put their hands on too much, but what happens is the sound comes through, his jaw moves, it's talking. So I can change what he says all the time.
And you have this really cool scene back here where it actually gives you like this immersive feeling like you're actually in the ocean, right?
So the way I get this room immersive is I have the TV screens back here look like the ship windows, and I actually can change the graphics on it. This was a stormy thing like this. Sometimes we do something a little different. So you get this motion through the windows, but then under the floor, I have these things called butt kickers, and they're like speakers, but they're these vibration things. So I have these bomb videos from World War II that are making these explosions, and the whole floor of this place shakes. And between that and that, all of a sudden you feel like this thing is moving.
What was the inspiration to put a ship in the center?
Well, we needed a big showcase starting room, and we wanted a pirate ship. And it is definitely the best room from that. A lot of the just immersiveness.
And you have live actors in here as well.
Yeah, so over here is the entrance door. This is where you come into the haunt most of the time. Last year we went reverse order, but we're gonna go back through this way this time. So the people come in this way, slide through. We got a little electronic button on the side, we hit it. These guys start talking, the show happens, and we intermingle live actors with the animatronics, so they actually talk to each other, so it makes it even cooler. Okay, so in this room, like all our rooms, we have multiple doors so the actors can pop out from all different places. So over here is an antique door from New Orleans. It's a really creepy, crusty door. It needs a little repair from last haunt season. This is a pop-out scare spot, so haunted houses have these. Most of them use fabric. We made all these doors. You can see the beatings on this thing's taken from actors, but basically, depending on what this door is, needs some repairs too. Pops open, they scare, they run them out this way, but there's an actual secret passage through here that they can go on the other side and scare them over there. So we love to give our actors flexibility to be able to hop around and hit people in more spots, and plus it gives more scares to the customers. So we give you 0 breaks when we scare you in this place. There's no fluff. It's constant, just shock and awe.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. Man, this place is wow. I'm gonna tell you, it is very, very highly detailed. And everything that he told me about this place before I got here turned out to be true. So excellent job. I'm gonna give him a hand for that. It's a really nice place. It really is. So a pirate themed haunt is very unique. Where else can you experience a pirate themed haunt? If you are in the Houston or Galveston area, I highly recommend that you come out and try Terror Isle. If somebody wants to come see the haunt or learn more about it, where can they do that?
We're on all the social media platforms. So we're on Facebook, Instagram. We were on TikTok. I don't know what's happening with that thing. But also, just all you have to do is go to terrorisle.com, ISLE.com, terrorisle.com. Everything's there. We do all our events. We post them on there. You can buy your tickets on there. You can read the backstories. We pack it full of stuff. So
you can laugh, or you can wave, or you can just stand there. It's your choice.
Okay.
So which one do you got? If you do a laugh, then I come back and put a track onto it.
I don't know.
No. And until next time, stay spooky, my friends. What did you do?
The smile. I wasn't prepared for that one.